What's up, y'all? It's Ty in this video. Today, we're going to be going over my squad for King of the Court today in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Now, I do want to preface this video by saying, look, I've played in King of the Court with budget squads. I've played in King of the Court with the best squad. I'm a firm believer that it's more, as long as you have a good squad, it's more about, you know, how you play in King of the Court than the squad you have. Now, if you're to go into like a tournament type setting, then I think the squad matters a little bit more. But with King of the Court, I think it's really, you know, how you play, right? Like, you know, I really think that's really what it comes down to, more so than how good your team is. Because again, majority of guys I play today aren't going to be, you know, the top level guys. So as long as I play well, that is what matters the most. Now, if you want to watch me play in King of the Court, I will be streaming it live on Twitch. That link will be down below in the description. But let's start off at the point guard position. I'm running Gary Payton. I mean, Gary Payton's been in and out of the starting lineup for the last little while, and he's back in the starting lineup. Why? I think he's one of the best point guards in the game, especially for, you know, flooding opponents. He's got a 93 3-ball, 95 driving, 95 ball handle, defensively off the charts good, 97 speed. Mine's got the legend Dimer Deadeye interceptor, 31 Hall of Famers with 6 gold badges. There's just no flaws in Gary Payton whatsoever. I really probably should give him, and I'm going to, that Hall of Fame mini marksman, just to make him that much better at, you know, if somebody jumps at him, or if like Wemby closes that out on him, that he has that mini marksman to not get contested. But I think Gary Payton's so good. And honestly, for King of the Court, I think he's literally nearly just as good as Michael Jordan. Yes, I said it, and I do not care. At my shooting guard position, I'm plugging in the dark matter Brandon Roy. Now, I've went back and forth with Brandon Roy with guys like Dr. J, and I'm of a belief, and maybe it's because Carlo told me, that Brandon Roy is one of the better shooting guards in the game. Now, is he the best right now? I think that's up for debate. I think it's up for interpretation, but I think Brandon Roy is legitimately one of the best shooting guards that I have used this year. I think his release is so easy to time, easy to green, and honestly, I think that's where it starts with Brandon Roy. If you get a guy with a release that you guys can consistently green with, I mean, what more can you ask for? What more can you possibly want out of the card? And that's where I'm at with Brandon Roy. I can consistently green with him. He plays enough defense. For me, I think this card is an absolute beast, an absolute stud. I don't have any really badges I can give him. I guess I could give him Paint Patroller, since I got a lot of them. Brick Wall, Box Out Beast, all these badges since he's going to be here a while. I mean, I at least give him like the Paint Patroller, right? Because I feel like everybody at this stage is going to come with a lot of these badges. Now, I might save some of the other ones, but I do think, you know, Paint Patroller is a good badge to give a guy like Brandon Roy. Starting small forward position, I'm putting in dark matter Giannis Antetokounmpo. Nothing's changed at the small forward position. 6'11", good 3-ball, good ball handle, plays a ton of defense. Mine's got 13 legend badges. You know what you're getting out of Giannis. And this is where I think you can really change the game, right? A lot of the guys that I'm going to plug and play, a lot of the guys that I'm going to play with today aren't necessarily like game-breaking, game-changing good. Like they're simply not. They're good cards or they're bad cards, but most of them are not game-breaking one way or another. For Giannis, this card is nearly game-breaking just because he's so good on the court. Shoots 66% from 3. Going to be the best defensive player on my team, and he's got an insane amount of legend badges. You know, the 13 legend badges is absolutely no joke. So when you're looking at top shooting or small forwards in the game, top power forwards in the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo is in that discussion every single time. Power forward position, I'm plugging in dark matter Hakeem Olajuwon, a card who I've definitely had my ups and downs with. I'm not going to sit up here in front of you guys and act like my Hakeem Olajuwon has been absolutely perfect, because again, I've had my ups, I've had my downs with him, but I think overall when it comes down to it, I really do like Hakeem Olajuwon. I do. I think Hakeem Olajuwon is a really, really good dark matter in this game. Can knock down shots, gonna play good lanes. The only other card I maybe wish I had other than him would be the dark matter Kareem. But like, I looked at prices today, and these prices today have gotten ridiculous. Like, if this Kareem goes for, you know, barely this much, then maybe I'll buy this Kareem, right? Because honestly, I think like Kareem for this much really wouldn't even be the worst. Maybe I can find a Kareem with like 9 legends with the right legends would be fine. But at the end of the day, I don't want to overspend. I don't want to overpay for players. I just don't. And so at the end of the day, if I can't get Kareem, I'm not super worried about it because, again, the rest of these dark matter centers are overpriced today, in my opinion. I guess I could maybe go look at a guy like Jet, but it's just like, I think Hakeem is fine. I think Hakeem is perfect. This Hakeem's got 20 legends, so maybe I just upgrade my Hakeem Olajuwon, something like that. Because if you go and look at my Hakeem Olajuwon, he's fine, right? Like, objectively, he's fine. But he's not great, right? He does have the important legends like Challenger, Box Out Beast, Rebound Chaser, so I shouldn't complain too much, but there's always better cards out there. Starting center position, Galaxy Opal Victor Wembanyama. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm honestly really low-key getting tired of Victor Wembanyama. And it sounds bad, but that's just the truth. I feel like he doesn't rebound the ball that well, even though the Galaxy Opal should rebound way better than the Pink Diamond. I feel like the defense he plays is just mediocre at best. I'm not that impressed with Victor Wembanyama. I'm just not. Now, yes, he is still going to be able to shoot over people. He's still going to have that factor in. So because he's so good offensively, you got to have him in the lineup. But I'm just being honest with you. I do not love Wemby in this game. I just simply don't. I feel like, honestly, at this stage, I wish I could run somebody else. Now, Wemby's obviously still great, still ideal. I'm just being honest with you, giving my thoughts. Backup point guard position. This one might surprise some people. I'm plugging in Pink Diamond Dyson Daniels. Now, this is another situation where maybe I go and find a Dyson Daniels that has a couple of those extra, even Hall of Famers. I don't even need legends on my Dyson, but even a couple extra Hall of Famers would obviously make the card better. There are a lot of people that are going to be running Dyson today, and I think for a good reason. I know a lot of people haven't gassed Dyson. I think Dyson is absolutely incredible on the floor, especially, if you find one with that, let's say, legend on Ball Menace, he is going to take his game to the next level. So just something to obviously look at for Dyson Daniels is those types of things. Now, again, for me, if I can find one that is really, really souped, obviously then you got a whole other discussion for Dyson. But I think the card is the real deal. And like I mentioned, if I can get one that is badge-wise the way I want him, he is going to play for a long time because this Dyson is in my lineup as it stands right now. Backup shooting guard, Corey Brewer. Now, obviously, at the same time, I got to plug in Joakim Noah. Here's the deal, here's the situation. My backups is going to have one guy that can get me a bucket, and that's it. That's it, because, that's all I could really do with my backups unless I wanted to move Dyson in the starting lineup, and I don't want to do that. Here's the deal with Corey Brewer, Joakim Noah. Defensively, these cards are off the charts good. The problem is, I feel like Corey Brewer doesn't give me a whole ton of offense. And so when I run this duo, I feel like, yeah, defensively, I'm in really solid, really fine positions. But offensively, I struggle big time. And so that's something that obviously I've got to take into consideration, got to figure out. But for Corey Brewer, Joakim Noah, both the cards are really, really solid, and I do really enjoy using the duo big time. I just wish I was a little better offensively with Mr. Corey Brewer. At the small forward position, Michael Beasley. Now, the big thing here for Bees is mine does come with that legend on Ball Menace, which just allows him to compete defensively. He's not going to be the best defender in the game, but he is going to be allowed to compete on that defensive side of the ball. Offensively, Michael Beasley is elite. In my bench unit, he is going to have to be that primary ball handler, right? Dyson, Corey Brewer, they don't give me a ton of offense. And so I need Michael Beasley to give me a ton of offense. Now, I will say in my 11th spot, I'm plugging in Adam Morrison, because if I ever have a rough game with Michael Beasley, guess what? I can load in with Adam Morrison, and he's going to be just fine. 37 Hall of Famers, 3 golds. He's literally a really, really solid card that honestly, recently when I played with Adam Morrison, has led me to a lot of success. Backup big man, I'm still rocking the Galaxy Opal David Robinson. Now, another position I would love to eventually upgrade, but it just comes down to I do not want to overpay for any of these cards. I just don't. I would rather, run a cheapish squad than overpay for any of the cards. It's just the way I am. It's the way I'm wired. I'm not overpaying for cards in this game. It's just something that I just hate to do. And so that's just kind of the way it is, right? If I can get, the Dark Matter D-Rob and upgrade him and without having to spend a bunch of MT, I'm willing to do that. But as it stands right now, I'm comfortable with Galaxy Opal D-Rob. He competes on the floor for me, so why need anything else? You don't. Now, again, if things get crazy, if things get gritty, there's always other options I can go to. Austin Reeves is going to be in my lineup in case I need a different offense option with my bench unit and Dyson's not getting the job done. But yeah, this is my squad for King of the Court. As far as my coach, I am still running Steve Kerr. Nothing has really changed there. So you go to the main squad. This is exactly what it is going to look like today. Obviously, I'm going to change these to the Timberwolves jerseys, and we are going to win King of the Court today. I know last week I didn't end up winning it. That's fine, because this week we're coming, and we are taking the win in King of the Court today. It's that simple, that easy. I know a lot of people are going to be like, Ty, upgrade your squad a little bit more. My thing is this. If it was like an actual tournament type setting, I would. But for King of the Court, I can go out there and win with this squad. I had one of the best squads in the game last week, and I didn't win because, again, I didn't get quits at the end of the game. So it all just comes down to your matchups, right? If you get quits, awesome. You're probably going to win. If you don't get quits, it's probably going to be a pretty rough week for you. It's that simple, that easy. Again, I am going to be streaming on Twitch. Go check it out down below in the description. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new. As always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.